The UK government has just published some changes in immigration rules that will affect new entrants. Now, this document was published on 14th of March 2024 and is titled Statement of Changes in Immigration Rules. So if you are a new entrant, or perhaps you're an international student or on a skilled worker visa, or perhaps you want to come into the UK as a skilled worker, it's very important you watch this till the end and listen to everything I have to share here. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition into the UK to be as smooth as possible. I share information about settling, working, or studying in the UK, US, or Canada. If any of these countries interest you, please subscribe to my channel and hit on the notification bell so that each time I drop a new video, you know it's time to watch Cynthia Academy. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. I'm going to be sharing my screen from time to time, and I'm going to put the link in the description box. Remember that this document is 290 pages, is a lot, but I'm going to be sharing the pages that relates to this particular aspect I'm going to be talking about, which is new entrants. I've shared severally who a new entrant is, but we're going to have a recap so that you understand who a new entrant is and whether you are qualified as a new entrant. And also you're going to find out what changes the UK government has made with respect to new entrants in this particular document and how you can prepare accordingly and when these changes are going to take place. Now, the first thing is, who is a new entrant? A new entrant means a new entrant to the labor market. In other words, someone who is near the start of their career, who meets certain criteria. It does not mean an applicant who is making their first skilled worker application or entering the UK for the first time. So if you're entering the UK for the first time, you do not qualify as a new entrant. If you look at page 70, it states clearly the qualities of a new entrant. Applicant must meet one or more of the following requirements. Now, A, the applicant must be under the age of 26 on the date of application. Many people have always thought that is only for people who are 26 and under, but this is wrong. There are other qualities that might make you eligible for the new entrant discount. The job for which the applicant is being sponsored must be a postdoctoral position in any of the following SOC 2020 occupation codes. So there's a list of professions. Go through it and digest it properly and know whether you qualify based on this. The job for which the applicant is being sponsored must be in a UK regulated profession, and the applicant must be working towards a recognized professional qualification for that profession, or the applicant must be working towards full registration or chartered status with the relevant professional body for that job for which they are being sponsored. Now, the next aspect is something that I know affects many people in the UK, especially international students. It says all of the following conditions apply. The applicant's most recent permission was as a student, and if that student's permission has expired, it must have expired less than 2 years before the date of application. So it's very important that you submit your application before the 2 years elapse. Next, in that student permission or any previous permission as a student, the applicant was sponsored to study one of the following courses: the UK bachelor's degree, UK master's, UK PhD, a postgraduate certificate in education, a professional graduate diploma of education. The next point is that the applicant has completed or is applying not more than 3 months before they are expected to complete the course in SW 12.2. Now, that's above. Applicant is currently studying for a PhD for which they have completed at least 12 months. That's very, very clear. It means if you are currently in the UK on a bachelor's or a master's or a PhD or any of the other qualification they've announced here in the UK, you qualify as a new entrant. Another point you have to consider is the applicant's most recent permission was as a graduate, and if that permission has expired, it must have expired less than 2 years before the date of application. So it's very important that you note that if you're on the graduate route or the post-study work visa route, you qualify as a new entrant as long as your application is made not more than 2 years since you graduated from uni in the UK. You know that for skilled worker visa, it's a points-based system, and you need to be awarded 20 points under the salary section in order to get your visa approved. Many people keep thinking that new entrant is a different visa. No, it's not a different visa. New entrant is just something that they award you based on the fact that, yes, you are a fresh graduate, or maybe less than 2 years since you graduated, and because of, or maybe you're under 26 or something like that, and because of that there will be a discount on the salary threshold. It means that instead of your COS bearing 38,700, it should have something that is less than that. The next question is, how long can you qualify as a new entrant? Applicants can be new entrants for a maximum of 4 years. The 4 years includes time spent in any tier 2 route, the graduate route, or a skilled worker, whether or not that permission was for a continuous period. So what does this mean? If you are on a graduate visa route, maybe post-study work visa route for maybe 2 years, it means that you only qualify for another 2 years. And then the 3 years will not be for the new entrant rule. It has to be back to the minimum salary threshold or the ongoing salary or for that occupation. Now, if you are a fresh graduate, you are only qualified for 4 years. Your final year that you need, that's the 5th year that will make it complete for you to apply for ILR under the skilled worker visa, will go back to the minimum salary threshold or the ongoing rate for that occupation. The question is, what change did the government make? It states here clearly on page 66 that the applicant is a new entrant at the start of their career and their salary equals or exceeds both £30,960 per year and 70% of the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code. So I've always been telling people that it's going to be 30% on the 38,700, but they have changed it now. It's not going to be £27,090. No, it's not going to be that. They are stating clearly now the minimum that an employer can pay you, and what you should have on your certificate of sponsorship should be £30,960 per year. That's quite high. That's really, really high. Or 70% of the going rate for the SOC 2020 occupation code. Now, let me give you a demonstration of how this actually works. We are going to go down this document because I told you that this document is a comprehensive document. It has listed the amounts, the ongoing rate that every code should have. That's why you need to click on the link in this description box and go through that document and find out, okay, I want to apply for this particular occupation. So what is the ongoing rates and what do I expect to have on my COS? When you go from page 79, it says changes to appendix skilled occupations. Now, when you scroll down, it will show you all the occupations that have been changed. For example, let's say senior officers in fire, ambulance, prison, and related services. Now, the ongoing rate is 59,900, and the rate for that 70% on the ongoing rate based on SWE is £41,930. It means that your COS should bear £41,930 because £41,930 is quite high. It's higher than £30,960. But remember that healthcare workers are not affected. That healthcare workers, apart from care workers, I'm talking about the people with code 6145 and 6146. Their minimum salary threshold is going to be 29,000. So this change is a huge change. When is this going up? This is going up on the 4th of April. If you know that someone has promised you a COS, please, 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 just hurry and get that COS and apply before 4th of April. There are some occupation codes that are lower Please just go through this document properly. And if you're outside the country and you want to come into the UK, it's also very important that you go through this list, because these changes are going to take place from 4th of April. Remember that many employers are recruiting, massively in recruiting, so that they can avoid these implementation. So it's your best time to apply to as many jobs as you can, so that you can get your COS and submit your visa application. I wish you the best. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.